Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to 6 Degrees of Connection on ALLATRA TV. On a daily basis, in live broadcasts, we meet people from various countries and continents to find out more about these countries, about its culture, about their traditions, and the most interesting facts. And of course, we also ask our guests from different countries about our society, about very important questions. What kind of world each person would like to live in? How do they envision a society of happy people? What can each of us do today to live in creative society tomorrow? In our broadcast, we use the theory of 6 handshakes. This theory means that we all connected with each other within 5 or less social connections. And of course, we use technologies. That's how we can go online today and meet different people and join together in discussing such vital topics. So I would like to introduce you my co-host, Derek. And Derek?
And today we'll be traveling to Angola. Angola is located in South Central Africa, and it's surrounded by Congo, Zambia, and Namibia. It's actually the 7th largest country in Africa. And we're having our guest Pedro from Angola today.
Okay.
Hello, Pedro.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, it's my pleasure to join this very interesting community, and I'll be able to provide any answers that you need to know about Angola, and also give my
Thank
support
you very
to
much.
the community.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And how do you say good evening in your language? Is it boa noite or?
Yes. The official language in Angola is Portuguese, so we say boa noite, which is good
Boa
evening.
noite, Pedro. Boa
Okay,
noite.
boa noite, Olga. Boa noite, Derek.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. And we want to ask you the first question we ask all our guests today, and I'm giving the floor to Derek.
Okay.
And now that we're back to our dear guest, would you mind sharing with us what you love about your country? What makes you proud about your country?
Well, I don't use much the word pride. It's very dangerous. But of course, like anywhere, there are things that we enjoy, and there are also things that still annoy us. And we try to be positive and to see what interests us, what we can take the most benefit on. And certainly there are things that I like in Angola. Well, if I was in another country, I would also find something that I would like about that country. So just the dynamics and what interests me the most. I would say it's much like the people's interaction, and people are very easygoing, and people adapt very well to any situation, and also people are very accepting to many different culture. Is very pragmatic society, which everything that you see in other societies, let's say in Europe, movies, music, you can find here in Angola, like cuisine. And this is like this diversity and also the adaptability the Angolan society has, which makes very interesting and easy to adapt or to get going.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your sharing this. And before we deep into the knowledge about your country, I want to tell our viewers that they can also participate in our broadcasts. And if you would like to participate in one of our broadcasts, please contact us by email info@allatra.tv, or simply leave the comment under this video, or use any of the contacts you just seen on the screen, on the bottom of the screen. Yes, thank you very much. And I would like to ask our technical support to show the beautiful pictures our designers prepared about Angola.
Okay.
And Pedro, do you see the pictures on the screen?
Yes, I do see the pictures in the screen. Well, it's a shame on me because I never had a chance to travel to all these provinces, but I know, and I had a chance to guide some friends from Germany who came here on tourism visit to those ones. The Pedras Negra, which is like the black stone of Calandula, it's just the next province, and also the waterfalls is also in Calandula. And I know the Mirador da Lua, which is like the sunset spot here in Luanda. Yeah, it's very interesting, like with this all geological formation. It's very interesting. And the baobabs, well, it's like all over. I can't tell you exactly where it is. Oh, but it's very interesting. I can recognize the places. Thank you very much. Oh, and the Welwitschia mirabilis, yes, very rare plant. It's way down south at Namibia border. Yeah, it's very rare. I never had a chance to see one, but I see on the pictures and also some advertising promotionals. Okay, very interesting. Thank you for nice background.
Wow, nice. Thank you very much. Very interesting. And we have more pictures.
Oh, okay. I see that culture event going on is the carnival. Well, it happens, I think, sometime in February, March. Okay, it's carnival. It's very popular event, and I see also like this mask. I don't know exactly what the character is, but there are many, yeah, very popular characters. This is more like in the eastern province of Moshiko. Moshiko. I'm not sure if it's Mwanampo. Mwanampo is like a character on this oral tradition of Moshiko. Is a very famous woman. I think she was like a queen or something for those people. Well, because way back when, before the colonization, the Angolan territory, which now comprises like the Angolan territory, has been made by different ethnical groups. So there is like the main groups are Kimbundo, Chokwe, where this mask comes from, and there is Umbundo, and there is, I think, Kwanyama down south. So the territory, which is now Angola, before the colonization, like anywhere else, has been made by different ethnical groups. They were similar somehow, but with some differences as well, like oral tradition and rituals. So, and some parts they still celebrate some of these folk ritual, and they still have some crafts that are ancient and sometimes in events like carnival. So all these traditions are still displayed and celebrated.
Very interesting. May I ask you, what is this in the middle, this huge round thing with a person in it, or?
Well, I cannot tell, but this is similar. Okay, this is like a basket, like to store some crops. Well, it's like when people like collect the crops, so they need place like to keep it, and this kid is just like taking advantage advantage to have some fun in there. But I believe it's similar to the other provinces, but it just changed in shape. But it's a big basket, like to put like some crops in there. Yeah, food stock. Yeah, to store some food stock.
Wow, very interesting. Do we have more pictures?
Okay, good. Oh,
Oh, we do.
okay. I see. I see like the big institution, like the finance ministry, the bank, the national bank is that building, that colonial building.
That's the
And
capital
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Angola.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's Luanda. This is the capital.
Luanda. Mhm.
And where I'm living, and most people, it's like Luanda has,
Mhm.
yeah, the biggest intake of the population. Well, Angola has like 20 millions inhabitants according to the last census, and the capital city, which is Luanda, the great Luanda, it takes like 6 million people. So it's
Mhm.
very crowded city. And there are some new modern buildings built in the last 10 years. And that rocket there, it's the mausoleum. It used to, well, we were like pro ideological, like the communists, they would like praise the image of the president. So that this is where the first president has been buried, or I think
Mhm.
his body is still there, like embalmed. Occasional people can go there and see his body embalmed. So, and oh, there is a big sportplex. It's close to where I live. The new satellite city, Kilamba, and it's like a sportplex. Yeah, what's called multi use. It's like a multi-purpose
Uh-huh.
sport complex.
Wow.
And then I see this building I cannot recognize, the one between the bank, the National Bank building, and the picture, uh, the big panorama of the city. In the middle one, there is
Mhm.
like a building which I cannot tell which one is, but it's like some yeah, of the new constructions built by the
Mhm.
Chinese, and yeah, the city is growing in. Uh, Architectural features. So yeah, many
Yeah, very
improvements
interesting
still are
design
needed, but
of the.
yeah, so a lot of things
Mhm.
going on in terms of construction. Yeah,
I see. Thank you. And I believe
welcome.
we have one more picture left, one more
Okay.
collage, and here it is.
Oh, wow. And I see at the far left, on top left, this is like a fortress built by the Portuguese during the colonial struggle for power. And yeah, it's now turned into the military forces museum. You can see like all the weaponry used by the Portuguese army, because Angola used to be Portugal before, and also used by the national forces after the independence and during the proxy wars between, like, civil war, and so the weapons like used by Cubans and Angolan forces, and
Mhm.
built mostly by the Russians. So you can see like some Portuguese explorers who first landed in Angola, the sailors, and yeah, it's like one of the hotspot to for tourists to visit. And I see a church. Yeah, I think this is, there are like churches also that the one at the bottom left I don't know exactly which one is it. The middle one, I cannot tell. Yeah, this might be, oh, Nossa Senhora da Mushima or something. It's like just next province, and pilgrims and roamers they go there, like yeah, to ask their prayers and for their prayers to be listened. Yeah, it's a very popular um, yeah, roaming and pilgrimage place, Nossa Senhora da Mushima, and the fortress in the middle. I don't know exactly. It might be probably in another province, but I know this church, like at the far right, is Nossa Senhora dos Remédios. Yeah, Nossa Senhora dos Remédios. Yeah, it's exactly downtown. Maybe I'm confused about the names, but I know this church, and I had I joined like a tour, a city tour, and we visit this church, and I have even some pictures on my Facebook. Yeah, it was like um, I think it was multicultural and multinational tour that we organized by university, and this is one of the spots that we visit. We were like focused on visiting like ancient buildings that were similar to Brazil, because there is like um, sister state in Salvador da Bahia, which resembles Angola in construction, because Portugal, had like a domain from Angola and Portugal. At certain point, Angola became more dependent to Brazil rather than to Portugal. So, and yeah, there were like much more influence to Angola from Brazil rather than from Portugal. Even today, things to tend to be cultural, at least, tends to be this way. Yeah.
Mhm. That's
Thank you
very
so much.
interesting.
Okay,
Yes,
welcome.
thank you.
Um, like Pedro, right
Yes.
now, millions of people from different countries of the world are actively joining the Creative Society project, sharing their ideas and discussing the ways to build a creative society for
Right.
all the people on this planet. How do
Right.
you envision the society where people can be happy and can live comfortably? Like what's a creative society for you? Like what would a creative society
Um,
mean to you?
Right. There is nowadays a big, confusion, and also there is like most of the society are heavy influenced by ideology, like more political ideology. I would rather, I envision a society that is like. More concentrated on people's relation, and because we have a common goal, it's just like enjoy our living experience, and we need to share the place we live, we need to share the culture, and we need to interchange, we need to find ways to communicate and minimize the difference human, because we are all humans, and sometimes we just exacerbate the cultural difference. In fact, we have needs, not like cultural difference. It's just like the way people, the process of achieving one thing that makes up the culture, but we have the same needs and same goals, happiness, and so people, uh, yeah, I would envision a society which is not too distracted by politics, and people try to focus more on human needs and be more cooperative rather than competitive, because sometimes just like the ideology or the fact that we say, oh, I'm from this place and that place, well, you see like a barrier. Okay, I'm from that place, and this person might be different, or things over there are different. Okay, and we take a step back, like to embrace like all that we need to explore all over the world. So I envision a society which is like more focused on human relations rather than like cultural differences and other things. So this is what I envision.
Thank you very much. This is a great answer, and I agree with you fully. Because on one side, we as humans, we all need these material things. We need
Right,
place to live, we need food to eat, we
right,
need water for living, and we need communication
right,
because we're humans and we live in community.
right,
And on the other side, we need love, we need happiness, we need
right,
education provided so
right,
we could study and learn more and
right,
learn from each other. And actually, these broadcasts bring us together in a way that we learn more about each other's culture and
right,
we find out about other people. And if like yesterday, Angola was so far from me and I didn't know anything about it. And I was thinking, like what kind of people there? They're probably so different. And
right,
today, as I'm with you or our viewers with us, they see that they're not different. People everywhere are the same. They have
right,
same needs. They have
right,
same inner needs,
right,
and we all want to be happy and live together in peace. We don't
right,
need war.
right.
And thank you very much for saying about it. Derek, would you like to add something?
It's my pleasure. And well, yeah, what I just need to add, or maybe like my input,
Mhm.
I really appreciate it. This initiative is aligned what I've been like working here in Angola. I spent like 14 years in Canada, and prior, even here in Angola, I left in 2002 and then returned in 2015. Yeah, been always involved like in cultural activities, like where I had a chance like to interact with people, and you see like even like the cultural expression and like recreational needs are the same, and people always embrace like something that comes from another country, like dance, like kizomba, for instance, is like very popular, and I taught in Canada, and here I still teach. And most of like visitors who come from, yeah, Canada, United States, one of the things that I take to is like yeah, the dance scene, the cultural scene, like activity, recreational, and yeah. So with all that said, I would like to understand what's like the main direction that this initiative will take, like how like these, yeah, these conferences, like what ideas will gather, and what, let's say, in 5 years time, what we will have like accomplished together. So I would just like to understand, because there are something that I might probably be doing, and I might probably or maybe Derek is doing, like in Rwanda, and I might go, oh, okay, I will bring like 10 people. We come and join. We'll bring something, and you show us what you have. So, is there something that the community will create so that we can like build a legacy and to leave behind, and yeah, not just like to express our views, but also like implement some thing and materialize something. Okay.
That actually also a great idea that we don't have borders like we have right now, and we don't need to visit each other. We don't need visa. we can just go and visit each other and learn about different culture. If I decided to go to Africa and explore it, and because I love it, and meet people and explore it, and so there's no obstacles, between people. Yes, of course, there are different countries and there are different nations, and every nation has some interesting traditions and some unique knowledges they bring from the past, which
Exactly.
which are priceless, because by sharing and be able to exchange those knowledges, we actually enrich the whole society itself, and
Right.
we can use it for the future technologies, generations, to learn more about our universe, about our planet, about our nature. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Definitely. This is very interesting because, well, yeah, it's like life is a learning process. And sometimes when we have a chance like to visit the past, how our ancestor lived, it give us the opportunity like to see, wow, we still have like room to improve. Look the way we used to do things, and how people like and we have all the tools. Sometimes we just like look around and get lost, like desperate that we don't have tools, we don't have like means, like yeah, but actually we have all the tools like that we need to make our life better, but sometimes we don't have like the ability to cooperate in the way that we should, so that all the instruments are available to everyone. And so this is like the main difficult. For instance, like like there is like more food available nowadays that used to be way back when, but you still see people starving, and while in many places you see like stores like throwing out food because they went bad and things like that. So just
yes,
the way we make like we share like all the tools that we have, all the means that we have, like to make life a better place, like the world a better place. So, and if
yes, you're right.
we, yeah, like try to see the past and see the present, we can learn from the past, like the mistake we are still doing today, and also like take important lessons. So this kind of cultural interchange, and also like in these folk events.
I agree with you, because if we look at, for example, pyramids all over the world, in every country there are pyramids, and people still thinking, scientists still trying to figure out how they were built, because the big, huge, many tons blocks were used for it. And
Yeah,
apparent, like I think that there are some knowledges that were lost somewhere on the way, and we
exactly.
still have more to figure out and learn from our ancestors. And
Exactly. Exactly.
I think the challenges that our modern society facing right now is that our relationships between people are more like consumer relationships. And I wanted to ask you that, like, we many people wait for government to start act and make changes for all the people, but actually, where changes start actually in society? What do you think? Do you think changes start from people or from government actually?
Um, I would say if we were smart, we don't need government. What the government is? The government is just like a body that we give the responsibility, like to take care of the common good. And if we were like educated enough and intelligent enough, actually we don't need government, just like a common sense. And so this answers the question that the government depends on people, and people shouldn't depend on the government. But Yeah, we at certain point became corrupt. We empower like a certain body to take care of the common good, but then they overtake this power, right? Instead of
Mhm.
serving people, they serve like uh, their personal interests, so it's like a group of interests. And they try to make us believe that we need the government, yeah, to uh, get us like going to get yeah, because it's government that has to decide for this and for that. And so this became through the generation and so forth. And most people, they now believe that yeah, change comes from the government, because also like the governmental institutions, they make people believe that without government, so things won't happen. So we are corrupt somehow, and the government is corrupt, but and the government has the power. So we invest the power to like government institution, but this power sometimes is like misused, and
Mhm.
there's this confusion. Many people thinking that we need government, and the government institution making that, you know, taking power from the people so that they make us believe that we need so much the government so for our existence. So this is the confusion, but in my opinion, we need to review. So it's like the society is also like in disarray right now. We are disorganized. For instance, right now we have a good
Mhm.
initiative, but at certain point we can find obstacles brought by even like government institutions, right? And
Yes.
but uh, the power should be vested on people, but people also
Yes.
need to be smart how to use power and how to exert like uh, the pressure intelligently, so that we are given a voice, so that we can make like the government believe that they need us. We don't need them as much as they need us. So, but first we need to empower ourselves so that we can actually like act on the idea that we don't need much the government. The government need us because the government is to serve our needs. So we empower the government so that you take care of the roads, because it's not me, it's not Olga that will like take a day off to clean the roads. So we give money to the government as they take care of this. But if they don't do it, so come on, we are giving the money. So where is our money? We are paying
Yes.
you just to do this. And you don't need to
I
work
like your
because
point.
we are giving you the money. Even like the official who are working there, we are giving you the money for you to take care of this. So
Yes,
we
I
are the
like your
one.
point. Yes,
Yeah,
that government should serve people, and
yeah,
actually needs of people should be higher
exactly.
than government.
Yeah,
Like in a way that the people themselves, they should be higher than the government, and how
exactly.
government below people. And right now, like you said, we have a great initiatives, we have great
Exactly.
projects people come up with, and in
Exactly.
our society, and government sometimes, instead of helping and thinking, yes, this is great for people, we should help and we should move it forward, it brings some obstacles on the way. And of
Right.
course, this is not acceptable. It shouldn't be like that in creative society. But the
Right.
reason it is like that because of consumer society we have right now. And all the changes we talk about in our broadcast, it's only possible if society moves on the way to creative society. And
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
creative society, when human is on the top of the pyramid, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
it's possible. Everything is possible. And government will serve people, and education and healthcare will be all for people in the best way provided to people. And it's impossible that we still have hunger with all the natural resources we have on the planet. And we have so much water, and we still have thirsty people. And I would like to invite you to watch the video of short answers from people from all over the world, people we interviewed before. It's a little short piece of some of them, but it's very interesting, and I would like you to invite to watch it together with me, because we lost Derek, unfortunately, and with me and our viewers to watch this video and see what other people from other countries think of creative society.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am, of course.
Okay, great. So I'll ask our technical support to put the video on.
If this becomes different and the people feel that when everyone around them become happy, they will become happy, this will be an amazing world.
And creative society is the one in which you give and don't expect anything else.
Forget about the money. You've got to pull your way in society and think of others, respect, and so on.
Everyone in this society should be equal to each other.
I feel that right now, I think there's a time that we need to be together, we need to work together.
By loving yourself, by loving the others, by distributed a positive energy.
Openness and trust, love and gratitude. This is foundation for creative society.
To work alone, you will not survive. To work together, we can move forward.
If people can see what I'm seeing and feel what I'm feeling whenever I think of a creative society, it's infectious. That's I think that's in one word I'll say, it's infectious. I can't say more.
Thank you very much to our technical support to show this inspiring video. Did you like it?
Trust me, I didn't listen this video prior, but seems that we are all aligned. So, and things are not happening because we are not taking action, because there are a lot of people with
yes,
ideas.
And there is much more than you've seen just now in this video. A lot of people, millions of people joining this project, and every country has already people that know about creative society, and we just want to spread, this news of creative society all over the world. So more people unite and join this common, greater goal. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think every person can do to contribute to a better society?
If I'm not wrong, so you mentioned what people can do to contribute to a better society.
What can every person on the spot, what can every person do to contribute to a better society?
Yeah, it's just like honesty. Honesty is the most important. Honesty, and also like interest in others, right? Because, we have like activities already known to maintain our life, and from our felt, we know what hurt us and what make us happy. We have knowledge of that, and when we hurt people, we are conscious of what we are doing because we have the same felt. We can experience like ourselves what hurt us, and we can sometimes do like voluntary or not voluntary, like involuntary doing that, but it's just like to be honest, and sometimes we are forced to act in a way that we lose this sensibility to others. So it's just like this, to be honest. And for us to be honest, yeah, everyone has to be involved, right? Yeah, because sometimes it's the environment that will determine your actions. And sometimes the environment doesn't help you like to act in the best interest of the people, and you are more you are triggered like your survival mood is triggered because people has this like instinct to protect one's life. So if you are like on survival mode, you can't think properly, and just like to preserve your life the way you can escape from pain. And sometimes we could act differently if the environment allow us. So it's like a big work, because sometimes it's a good intention, but it's like just the environment sometimes like create beasts. So it's very complex. It's very difficult like to give like an absolute answer, because yeah, there are many factors like determines like this situation where people still act against one another and against oneself as well. So just like honesty and interest in others. So your actions eventually will affect someone else. So you have to be aware of your limits. And this is like awareness and respect for others, just like matter of common sense. So if the sense is common, yeah, everyone can contribute. Very simple, very easily. There is no rocket science. It's very simple. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I agree with you fully, because when you're honest to other people, when you're honest with others, you have this trust between each other. You have this respect, trust, and loyalty, and of course, thank you very much for sharing this.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Is there any questions? I'm open for more questions, and it's really
I actually wanted to mention the article that called 8 Foundations of Creative Society. You had a chance to get to read before the broadcast. Our technical support right now showing us this article on the ALLATRAunites.com website.
Okay.
For those who would like to find out more about it and read it in full. And this article mentions foundations to creative society, for building creative society. And would you like to deep into the one of them? Maybe there is one you feel like opening up more for us, that's touching you the most, that you would like to talk about.
Sorry, say it again. If I would like to.
If you would like to talk about one of them.
One of the creative societies.
One of the 8 foundations to creative society.
Okay, one of the 8. So I have human life.
Yes.
Freedom.
Would you like me to read them out to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, sure. I want to remind to our viewers who know about it and to you. So it's human life, human freedom, human safety, transparency and openness of information for all, creative ideology, development of personality, justice and equality, and self-governing society. There is 8 foundations for building creative society.
Okay. So, and so what's your suggestion?
If you're ready to talk to one of them about one of them, great. If you're not, we can do it in our next broadcast. It's not the problem.
Okay.
Okay. Like for
Yeah,
example, human life. I would like to share this with you. The human life is the highest value, and life of any human has to be protected as one's own. The goal of the society is to ensure and guarantee the value of each human life. There is not and never can be anything else more valuable than a human's life.
Okay.
One human is valuable, then all humans are valuable.
Exactly.
That's my favorite, you know. That's my favorite.
Oh, you are involved in this society, in this foundation?
Oh, actually, I would like to mention that these 8 foundations were formed from the interviews and different social polls from all over the world that our ALLATRA IPM volunteers took and talked to different people, took interviews, and conducted social polls. And all these 8 foundations were formed on the basis of the information received from these interviews. And so it's actually people themselves mentioned these foundations, and we just put them all together. And as you know, as the will of different people from all over the world.
Oh, okay. So, and these foundations, do they carry out any activities right now?
Of course, this is part of the Creative Society project. And as the first stage of we are at right now, the first stage of Creative Society project is informational stage. And our goal is to inform humanity of the Creative Society. That's what we are doing right now in our broadcast. And each concerned human can inform the maximum number of people about it. So as I told you about it, and you can tell your friends and relatives about it, and that's how more people find out about it, and we can all join together and we start talking into positive future picture of our society.
Okay,
and
so
that's our main goal right now, is to inform every person in the world, every person on the planet about Creative Society. And
so yeah, I see information stage, political stage, word referendum, and so after the word referendum, there is more?
No, there's 3 stages as of right now, and of course before informational stage we were just interviewing people, conducting social polls, round tables, to find out what do people want, how do they want to live. And after the big conference on May 11th, 2019, we realized that we need Creative Society, not the consumer format of society. We need to move to creative format of society. And on the basis of this huge conference that took place in Atlanta on May 11th, 2019, people conducted this Creative Society project. It was the idea of different people from all over the world, and we joined all together into this project. And now when we have this project going, we have this number 1 thing. We want to inform all the people that Creative Society is possible, that Creative Society, it's up to us to have it or not. We can agree with consumer format of society and continue living the way we live right now. But as we see, it leads us to nowhere. It's like it leads us to dead end. And we want to live in creative society, society with happy people, society where we don't need to worry about future, when we can work in a, we can go to work, we enjoy, we can have free time for our family, and we can study and get new education if we feeling like learning something new, and so on. So you can join me in to continue this, you know.
Yeah, I understand. My only concern is that, yeah, it's true. Like after this stage, we gather information and we create awareness, but people are rooted in certain ways of doing things, and just like gather information, find people who share the same ideas. So these alone will not bring some change about. So are there like any stage of taking actions, or like at least like actions that influence people like to do things differently? Because it's like change mentalities, right? Because we are now talking right now, but if it's not like back up with actions, are just ideas, and we need to create results. So how? So after this stage, is there like any perceived stage that will influence people into change, or at least these foundations will act upon a line like to influence people's actions, or take action, if not taking actions, like to influence people to take actions? So
thank you very much for this question. This is actually very important what you're asking, because this question every person asks himself when they hear about this news. And that's why I asked you earlier, what can every person do to contribute to a better society? So the main thing is that for people to start asking themselves a question, to stop and realize, do they really want to continue living in the society they're living right now? And when person able to stop and hear this question and ask himself and answer, how does he envision society he wants to live in? How does he see it? He actually creates this idea of the society he wants to live in and sharing it with other people. This is already a great step to changing our future. And these projects where we meet with different people from different countries, we get to know how different people from different countries see this and how they answer this question and how they see it from the position of their culture. And they have different roots, right? And they have different traditions. And every person adds a little bit to this picture of the common great society they want to live in. Because a person stops and asks himself a question: what makes me happy? What will make me, my family, my friends happy and not worry about future, comfortable in different spheres of life? Answering this question, thinking about it, it's already a great action. A person starting to think about changing his life to a better future. Because when person answers this question, he actually realizing that before he starts changing himself in this society, nothing will change, because society consists of people. So the very first step is the change inside. It's making this choice. Do I really want to live in a consumer society, or I want to live in a happy society, and society where everyone around me happy, healthy, prosperous, enjoying his life and developing for the greater future of the whole world? And this is a great question, because nowadays when we don't know how we're gonna live tomorrow, and prices raising, and goods are not affordable for some people, and some people lose work, and some people don't know how to live tomorrow. People think about all these problems more than what makes them happy. So just asking this question, like if you go after our broadcast and ask this question to your friends, what society you want to live in? It's absolutely changing the way of thinking. It's changing their way of thinking from thinking about problems to thinking about something positive. So changing the way of thinking of people, changing it to something positive, to constructive thinking. What can I do so the whole society can change for the better? Maybe I can help this person. Maybe I can give a hand in, I don't know, building something for this family, or it's just something that I come up on top of my head. Or maybe I can help my neighbor, my neighbor's child to learn something, help him with something, just without following some consumer goals, not making money on everything I see, but more like contribute to society in different ways. Be nice with people, do good things, good deeds, and do things that will help society to be creative, not help society to be more consumer, you know?
Right. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. For instance, we always, and even now, we have like many passive organization and societies, and well, that point out all the problems, that give like advice, that counseling, all this. And so we are already full with all these organizations. So we need to, in my opinion, is like, yeah, once you gather the information, once you identify the problem, this problem is already identified. Now we need to take action. So of course, are not radical actions, but some actions might be taken. Otherwise, it's just like a emotional relief, but we don't bring about like changes that we in 100 years from now will be experience different dynamics from what we are experiencing now. So yeah, we already know this information. We already know what make us act against ourselves. We already know, yeah, dishonesty is one of the problems. So what we can do, it's like there's like a persuasive measures, there is like coercive measures. Yeah, but we need to take actions. Otherwise, we are not solving a problem. We are just discussing a problem, and just like analysis and paralysis. So, so discussing the problem is like one stage, and yeah, identify. Yeah, the problem is great, but we need to find solutions. Solution, because it's something that is hurting us. We heard about already, but we still continue, and it doesn't depend just on a goodwill or like a well-organized, well-knowledgeable people that can identify a problem, but we need to take action or convince
yes,
people.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. And
yeah.
So the like if I can't, I mean, for people to start asking these questions and talk about it and spread the information about creative society is step number one. Is our main goal to inform people, and also at the same time, we spread the people who join us. It's people from different spheres and different fields of work. And we conduct these round tables when people from one sphere connect each other and get together in online roundtables. And before quarantine, some of them were able to be like in person, and people from like economical field or financial field or educational or healthcare field, they get together and they discuss, like you said, what exactly can be done, and what, of course, we know the problem, we know what we don't want to see in our society, and we know what we want to see in our society. So if we concentrate on what we want to see in our society, there is actually nothing that can stop us, because when people from different fields of spheres of work and get together and discuss, can we really do, what changes can we make to really achieve what we want to see in the society? And by my experience attending those roundtables of different fields, you can actually find all the videos on ALLATRAUnites.com website. You can find all the information there. When people get together, and it's people from different countries, on different, they stand on different levels in this. Like, for example, educational field, there's higher and lower positions in this field, and they discuss, join together. They want to discuss what can be done, and it's really happening and becoming an action. Because, for example, our broadcasts with Indian community led to one of the schools implementing 8 foundations in their school, and teachers together with students actually using already these 8 foundations for their school as the main, how you can say it, main plan in their school. They follow and they love it, and there are the changes that coming after your action to want to do something. Yes, I want to say to our viewers that it's very easy to join our project, Creative Society. All you need to do is go to ALLATRAUnites.com website, click on join button. This website was translated by volunteers to 18 languages. And this is also a huge action. This is what people actually done free of work time. And you click join and joining this creative society. And by spreading this idea with your relatives, with your friends, with your co-workers, with your neighbors, with anyone, is already a huge step towards creative society. This is a step that unites us, a step that can bring us to a better future. And of course, if you want to join and do more, you can write us an email and give us your ideas on what else can be done to spread this idea and bring more people from different fields together, so they actually find the way to implement 8 foundations, for example, of creative society into each sphere of society and make a great change in the whole world.
Yeah, for instance, right now, I already been working, doing like this kind of work. For instance, I teach dance, and I organize like group travel, and with main purpose like get people interacting with different culture, different nationalities, and yeah, it's like traveling and learning, interacting and learning. I teach tennis, so I reach like to youth, like civil society through sport. Yeah, we gather like people who share common interest, and we have activities and events we discuss, we talk, and we create people that little by little so start like to impact society. And also like through these events, yeah, it's like commercial activities. There is like sponsorship, and sometimes we have event, we sell tickets, and people like students who perform, okay, they get some payments, and we travel sometimes, yeah. Is also like to promote like attractions so that we can get like more tourists to come. And right now we target more like the dance community all over the world. We have like the international salsa and kizomba festival here in Angola. We bring people all over the world, and when they have events as well, so we gather some people here. Well, we try to get like some sponsors. So there are some actions going on. There is like a willing, yeah, and we can.
Great example. You gave us great example. You're already uniting people together. This is great.
Yeah, exactly. So
today, as never, we need to unite to choose this creative vector of development.
Exactly. Yeah. For instance, one girl from United States, she got to know me through a student of mine that I taught in Canada. And so, oh, okay, I know you from NEF. So I'm planning to come and spend a month in Angola. So will you help me? Oh yeah, come and stay with me. I will show you this place and this place. And she felt at home. So she spent like Christmas, New Year's Day with us. And I got her acquainted just like for a week, and then she was alone. Okay, you go yourself, you find yourself. Oh, you want to go to these events? So yeah, you go. I don't want to go. I'm busy with other things. So, and you know, just like she been able to travel on tight budget because there is a community that she or member of a community that could reach, and she was not scared to come here. And just like after a few days, she was already like acquainted with many other friends that I didn't know. She was already Angolan, so it's like and people, they feel at home. It's just home is not just United States. The home is all over the world, you know. And
yes, you're right. This is a great point. When people from other countries come to our country and we welcome them and we make them homey and comfortable, this is already what we are talking about. This is great. This is actually natural for us, for people, and this is the way it should be, in my opinion. So, and I would like to say that this project, the Creative Society project, it gives each person an understanding what role he or she plays in formation of this creative society. And it's very important for everyone to spread this information, because there are people who doing this already, and you know, it's natural for them. And for some people, they need to find out about creative society and learn more about it, and also think, hey, I want it too. I want to live like that too. I want to travel around. I want to find out more about different countries. I want to join Creative Society project. I want to be everywhere like I'm home, in every country. And actually, welcome to Ukraine when there is possible to travel. And I'm inviting you to our country, and people are here very nice also, and you can feel like home here also.
Definitely. And I know quite a bit about Ukraine because I lived in Canada, and
I did too.
There are many Ukrainian Ukrainians, and our dance show used to have like a big folk dance group. Very interesting. And Ukrainian food. Yeah, it's very popular in Ukrainian cuisine in Canada, and also it's like most of beautiful girls come from Ukraine. I heard.
Yes, there's beautiful girls everywhere, you know.
Yeah, exactly, definitely, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
we are planning. We are putting like um, a plan we have already in place. We are planning to travel to Canada and Eastern Europe. Well, at first we put only like Germany and Poland and then Canada. So I'll be giving like workshops and dance and also like mobilizing people like who are interested to visiting Angola. So we have these activities. So it's like to make like a traveling group to come to visit Angola, and also Angolan group to come with me and visit these different countries. And in this process, we'll be able like to perform some of the Kizomba dance, and yeah, so these help us to share our culture with the world. And
Yes, yes.
Kizomba is already known here in Angola, and people come here just like to learn the dance and see how the dance is, like where it came from. And of course, I will put like Ukraine on the list, and it will be my pleasure, like to spend and teach people how to dance, and maybe giving a show, and people, oh, okay, this is how you dance. Oh,
Of
okay,
course.
okay, I want to
And
visit
actually,
Angola. Yeah, yeah.
there you go. Like you said about that other girl that came from Canada. That's how the rule of six handshake works. That you know somebody and somebody knows somebody you know, and that's how people find out different information. And then you know this person from some other person. That's actually Derek. We lost him because he probably had bad internet, and that's how we have him today. He once joined, just like you, for the first time, and now he joined as co-host. Unfortunately, we lost him. So you know him from one acquaintance, which is me. So from me, you know him. So it's only two people between.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's how we spread this idea. That's why it's spreading so fast, the idea of creative society, because just one person shares this information about this great project, which just people conducted, and more people find out very rapidly because people tell their friends and their friends tell their friends. And that's how it's possible to spread this idea and to join together and find this way to create, to reach this goal of society we want to live in. So I just want to tell our viewers that if you support the Creative Society project, please share this video with two hashtags, ALLATRAUNITES and hashtag Creative Society. And to you, yes, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like agreeing. I said, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And to you, I'm offering you to invite one of your friends and bring him up to our broadcast and join us as a co-host. And we all together will be talking about what can we do to achieve this creative society. Like in musical sphere, for example, it should be very easy to travel around and spread your culture through the music and dancing. It's very interesting.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And some people from different fields, like science, for example, they should be free to travel around and to meet people of their interest and spread their ideas and discuss it. And when more people think on some great idea together, they come up with amazing answers.
Exactly.
So we have to finish our broadcast today.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my pleasure, and it was very interesting talk. It just lasts for the time that it was necessary. Okay, thank you very much.
It was very interesting conversation with you, and I enjoyed it so much. So thank you very much for joining today, finding time, and please invite your friends, and we'll be able to join in live broadcast all together and have some great ideas brought up to create a society and discuss them. And of course, many people watch us right now and they hear these ideas and they can discuss it with their friends, their relatives, and that's how we spread this idea. And this is very important to have this great common goal for our future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I will process the idea, and so I will share on next time we meet, and I'll try to reach through the channel the creative organizations or foundations, and try to brainstorm. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
evening.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Welcome.